Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel, another 7 Days to Die video. Now this is technically going to be video 2 of this old house, but if you've noticed by the title and the thumbnail here that this is going to be a little bit different and that I am doing a build off with Mr. Glock. That's right, we are going to have a small competition to see who can do the best build, and we are both going to be rebuilding the Booby Trap. Now, if you're playing on Navezgane, I'm sure where this is, it's over on the far left side of the map, right around here, just, kind of southwest from where the lake is at. So here's what's going to happen is I'm going to do the video on my channel and he's going to do a video on his channel, and the link to that will be in the video description down below. So you as the viewer, here's what you should probably do. Watch through my video and then go watch through his video, and then in the comments leave us a comment about which one you think is the best. Now this is just kind of a friendly competition. There's not a first prize. We're not going to get anything out of it if it's the whoever wins and stuff. No real way to tally who wins other than just who gets the most positive comments about which one they think is the best. But this is something kind of fun to see who can do the best here. So we are doing the Booby Trap. Now while this is a strip club for sure, it's also a play on words here, because inside this silly little thing here is all kinds of traps. From what I remember seeing, the only time I've ever really been in here was that they like to put landmines and stuff around in different places. You have to be real cautious when you're bouncing around in here. So we are going to do a remodel of the Booby Trap here. You can see you got one little landmine up there on that stage, and that is a small stage. We definitely need to expand that. For this being a strip club, it looks more like a family diner with just a improv stage over in the corner. So we're going to do some remodeling of this, kind of like we did with the house style video. We're going to go ahead and bust out these doors to get into the bathrooms. We'll clean all that up, add some fresh paint in here. And yeah, we'll update. Let me see, I guess this is supposed to be the kitchen. It's a pretty nice little kitchen, not too big deal. Oh shoot. Alright, well there's one of those mines we were supposed to be looking out for. Well, okay. That works out nicely. Okay, so I don't have God mode on, but fortunately I still got some armor on from the last video I was doing. Alright, so we're going to get started with this, kind of get everything kind of cleared out of here, and then we will start the actual remodel. So, let's get to it. Alright, so we got most of the inside cleared out as far as what I want to do right off the bat here. I left all the seating and stuff alone, the inside bar here. Went through the kitchen, completely cleared it out, removed everything, especially the little mine that tried to blow me up. Same thing with the bathrooms. I'm going to completely redo all those. And I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a second stage. This one stage over here is just not enough for it to be an adult entertainment establishment here. So I'm going to change this. I'm guessing this will be like the dartboard area here. I'm going to put in a second stage here. So this is what I start working on right off the bat here, is just kind of framing it out the way I want it. It's going to be a little bit smaller stage than that one is over there, just because you can see the support column here is a little closer. And also something else I'm doing is I'm putting in stairs because, well, they need to find an easy way to get on top of the stage, and, having them saddle hop the edge of the stage when they want to get up there is not so much cool. So this is going to be the size of the stage over here. Put this one right there, and you can see kind of like this. We'll get this lined up here. And I'm also going to do some lighting sort of things for the stages, but that'll be after we get actually done here. Okay, so here's the actual stairs that can get up a little easier, and we'll get a pole in over there. And what I'm going to do on this side is just bust out one of those there and put the stairs in there. That way they have a way to get on top of the stage and stuff too. It just seems a little bit more realistic. And this, of course, is just a regular old pole. And what I'll probably do is put in a switch that they could like turn these lights off here, because if the girls are dancing, they're going to have some music playing, they want to have some lights. So I'm thinking about doing some, I think, regular dome lights. We'll try it out and see what it looks like here. We're kind of spitballing as we go, but I'm thinking some stage lights, like if it was something like maybe like this, right there, and that those could actually turn on. I wish they had some sort of colored lights. So those look like really representative of the kind of place that this is here, now that I'm looking at the shape of these things. So I may have to pick a different light for these. I'm not quite sure here. I mean, I got all kinds of options for lights. Well, I got some options for lights. There's not a ton here. There's some more aesthetic based things, but these little dome lights, they work pretty good as far as putting off a glow, and that way they could be kind of at the front of the stage. I could do them all the way across like this, but that might be too many. And of course I'm definitely going to try and wire them in once I actually get them there, so that they can flip a switch and they'll light up, and maybe those turn off or something. I'm not quite sure yet on that one. Still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with that. I'm kind of going back and forth with trying to make a main stage and reducing some of the size of this bar here, because this is definitely more like a sports bar, while the entertainment from the live girls is definitely kind of a secondary thought here. I've been to a few adult establishments in my life, and the main stage was usually kind of took up a big chunk of the area here, and then they had the bar was kind of off to the side, and they had some seating and places like that for you to sit and drink and all that other stuff, get some food if you want to, but they didn't have the main part of the bar taking up the whole thing. This is more like a restaurant style bar, so I'm kind of going back and forth about trying to make part of this at least a main stage and then just convert half of it to a bar, but I'm not entirely sure yet. So I'm going to do a little bit more work in here, and then we'll pick back up here in just a minute. Alright, so we're going to start working on the kitchen a little bit here. I got an industrial door on the back that actually looks pretty good for the size of the thing. I really wish you could paint the doors, but, not a big deal. Okay, so we'll put a couple sinks over here so people can wash their hands, of course, and what they need to do, got some counter space, do some work, some cabinets here. Put in... Since we don't have any, like, flat top stoves, I'm going to go with just 3 basic stoves here. Do some countertops. Let's see. Let's get a refrigerator here. We got full-size refrigerator here. Full size. Okay, so we're going to have, rotate that around, facing that way, stop clicking. We'll have 2 refrigerators here because this is a big kitchen, so they got to have plenty of stuff to work on here. And let me see, we got the actual bar here in which people will come across to get their food. They can finish doing what they're doing over here and put them up over there. So they could probably use some more cabinet space up top. And it doesn't need to be too super tall. Be right above the fridge would be just fine. Actually, we'll keep that going all the way across. Yeah, they definitely need a lot of cabinet space here because they're going to be cooking for a lot of patrons, and definitely, I think that works out pretty good. That'll be a nice little industrial kitchen. I think that'll work out pretty good. Okay, we need a good-sized trash can in here. We'll get a full-size, put that right here because you're going to have a whole lot of a mess, I'm sure. We'll put that in right here. I think that looks pretty good. Kind of adds a nice little appeal to it, so they can turn the light on while they're doing their cooking. Got all kinds of counter space so they can cut up and do whatever they need to here. Fridges, all kinds of storage up here. Got the countertop they can deliver the food, which for some reason, the way this is set up over here, there's not even a way to get past there. So if they're trying to serve the food, somebody'd have to like hop the bar to get back there. So we need to go ahead and bust this out real quick. Alright, so we are in the ladies' restroom, I believe. Yes, this is the gals here, and we're going to upgrade. Initially, this thing only had 1 toilet in here, and that's just absolutely unacceptable. As somebody who's been anywhere with a woman, you have to know that you're going to need more than 1 toilet, or they will riot. The lines go out the door as is, and that's just not cool. So what we'll do is we're going to put 3 in here. We're using just the center plates for the little divider walls, and we can paint these a little bit to make them look a little bit better afterwards. I don't know if it will allow me to do a door or not. I don't think you could do any kind of... We'll do just a basic door here. Swap that around real quick. I don't think... you could do one, but since the plates are kind of half in the wall, half in the middle here, you'd end up with this, little space there that you can't fill. I'm not going to do doors. They're just going to have a little bit of privacy of, making sure they don't look around the corners. Just, I don't think they would like that too much here. All right, we're going to we'll do some old sink. Let's see what the old sinks look like in here. Okay. So that would... The hell was that noise? I don't know. Sounds like there's an alarm in here of some sort. Okay, so ladies need lots of sinks. We'll put 3 in here because ladies definitely need lots of sinks, and they're definitely going to need a lot of mirrors, but we'll just paint that on there. Get a trash can in here. Let's see, we can do just a small trash bin. We don't need to have a huge one in here. You know what? No. We need a bigger one in here. As somebody who worked professionally cleaning bathrooms for several years growing up, you need more than 1 trash can in the bathrooms. It can get pretty reckless in there if you don't. So we're going to get some better lighting in here because there's none. Right at the moment it's just pitch black, but I think that looks okay. We're definitely going to do a lot of painting here. Most of the place is brick on the inside, and I don't necessarily dislike it, but maybe just for like the columns, the support one's okay to have the exposed brick. We're going to do some... We're going to light this place up a little bit. It's a little bit too dark and stuff, so... Alright, so let's get the materials here. Where is the, let's see, medicine cabinet? There it is. Get that, so we'll get a, right there, we'll get a nice big mirror all the way across like this. So there's plenty of room for them to be able to see what they're doing. We'll do painting and stuff on the rest of this, and maybe some better lighting than just this one bulb that's there. Got these gigantic ceilings too, so that's kind of cool. But that's not too terrible. I'm sorry, ladies. I wish there was a way for me to put doors on this without having some weird gap in here, or without having the stalls only 2 blocks wide. So, you know, if you want to be able to have a little room to spread out, well, you're going to have to sacrifice having some doors. So we're going to run over, probably do the same thing in the men's on the other side, although there's not urinals, so we'll just have to do, you know, pretty much the same thing with just a number of toilets. So let's get that going here. Alright, and the men's bathroom is done. I did it the same way I did the ladies' side. It's basically just a mirror image of it. I knocked out that window that's up here because you didn't really need a window in the bathroom. It's kind of necessary. And just put up an extra large mirror there too. Now, one thing that I know that people want when they go to a sports bar is to be able to get back to their chair as quick as possible so they don't miss out on the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a big old TV up top, so that anybody in here taking a leak or washing their hands or whatever can catch up on what's going on in the game. We're going to put one over in the ladies' room too, because I know ladies like sports as much as guys do, and you don't want you to feel left out. So that way, if you got to run to the bathroom, you're watching an important game, you don't miss out what's going on in the bathroom. You still got what's going on. We got plenty of TVs around the walls and stuff as is, but there's a couple. I'm just like, we need more TVs over on this side. I mean, if you're here watching the game, you got a couple up over right above the bar, but we could probably put in a couple right up over the tops here. If nothing else, just some small TVs. You know, like they have those little trivia at the games and stuff going on. Alright, I made an executive decision that I am going to go ahead and put another bigger stage over here. So what I did is I knocked down all the seating that they had, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the stage out to here. But beforehand, just for stability's sake, I'm putting in some rounded corners to match up with what's already there. And, you know, we'll make sure all this is kind of painted the same, but just for, you know, being able to say that it's nice and stable, go ahead and upgrade these one time around. And this is going to be the edge of the stage. Not necessarily like the corners of them like this, but I want to make sure when I start knocking down some of this in the middle that I'm not going to cause a ceiling collapse without having some sort of support going through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wall this off about right here probably. And so that this will remain part of the kitchen, the bar, so people can come up and get drinks and everything from over here that they want to. But for the rest of the part, this part over here is going to be nice and blocked off. So we'll have, like I said, the main stage going on right up over here, and it'll give a a much bigger presentation. But that way, it's not right in the front door when you first walk in. So that way, if you accidentally stumble in on the wrong place, you're not just greeted with blam right there in your face. You kind of have to look off to one side or the other. Oh, we got both stages kind of lit up here. These are chain link poles, which if you're trying to figure out how to do these, they're little chain link poles, and getting those to stack up is a pain in the butt, man. You got to go like from the ceiling down, just trying to stack them on top of each other. It doesn't work at all. They fall on top of each other. Big old mess here. Okay, so we got some support there, so at least the ceiling won't collapse once we start busting this down here. We'll redo that in down there a little bit more too, because, well, now, the refrigerator that we had right here is obviously no longer going to be there. And so this will be a nice big solid stage. We'll put some lights up and stuff around here too, and I think this will look pretty good. I'm not necessarily worried about stability now that we have this other wall up here, so this will make a good, nice main stage here. We'll put some stairs up here, so I think that'd be a pretty good stage. We could do a pole like right in the middle. Typically they don't have more than one, so whoops, get rid of both of those there. Okay, so we can leave that there because we can always paint it, get rid of the TVs on both sides. We can move those down, get rid of the cash register. And these, we'll get rid of these, and then we'll just rebuild it with wood. That way we can do it the way we want to here. So we'll get this going, and check back in after we get this kind of walled off and framed out the way we want to, and see how it turns out. All right, so we got this framed out. I think that looks pretty good. Kind of got all the way around, nice. Flat look to it, but it's not too big a deal. I like the uniform ceiling look here, this little dropped ceiling, and I forgot when I was doing this, what I wanted to do was put some stairs here, so if the ladies are coming out from the restroom or wherever they're getting their costumes or preparation going on here, they can, just walk straight up the front here. Patrons can stand up at the side. Now we're going to try to do a pole if we can here. These are such a pain in the butt. Okay, so that should be... how about right there? That's about as centered as it's going to get. So now we have to try and get it go like this. Almost got it. There we go. Okay. All right. That actually worked out a lot better than the first time I did. Okay, so it's definitely not centered, but you can't get it right in the very middle. Kind of goes in the corner. But that's not too bad. No, that's not too bad. I really wish we had some different options for lights, like a neon light. Is there anything neon? No. I mean, because you got just these lights here, which there's not much to pick from. I really wish we had some colored lights. I might have to do, some of these signs, like they have these right up here. It says gals and girls, and then right over in this corner, We got these signs that just says, you know, live girls. We might have to do something along the lettering style things to get above the stage to give it a little bit of aesthetics and stuff right now. But I'm not necessarily worried about that until we get done remodeling the kitchen area over here. So what we're going to do is basically just kind of move everything down just a little bit from where it was. We'll leave the registers where they were. Sinks are actually okay there. Let me upgrade these so they actually look complete on this side. And we'll paint this so that it looks okay. And actually, overall, that doesn't look too bad just the way it is. We paint this off, well, you know, so it's kind of a separate color from the rest of it. Got the registers. We could probably use more than one register, actually. Okay, there, that looks a little bit better. So got the sinks in the corners you can watch. Too, got the TVs there. Got a place to put their drink that they're going to use. Got some beer fridge stuff over here. Basically just duplicate on this side. I think that looks okay. I like that. Let me see. Got the bar stools going around all sides. Got the entrance they can get in and out right here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Got the little mini TV right there, which is okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. We shrunk the size of the bar here, but we got an extra stage, so we can get some lighting stuff going on here. But as far as that goes, I think I like the way the inside's turned out. It's not a huge difference from the way it was, but it's enough to where, you know, I think it looks a little bit more classy than the way it did. It's definitely not as run down. We got to do a lot of painting in here. I don't like this brick inside. I want to change that up for sure. And the floor, we definitely want to do wood. We're going to change that up a little bit too. Maybe do some stuff on the stage. We got a tree poking through. So let's get some cleanup inside here, and then we'll check back in. Okay, just a quick tour of what I've done inside here. Let's see, I repainted all the cabinetry inside and out because I think it just looks better with this kind of this grayish color. This is inside of a strip club, doesn't need to be super bright colors. And I decided to go, instead of changing all the brick, what I'm going to do is leave all the trim of the actual support column stuff as the standard brick and change the walls up to kind of this grayish concrete color. We got the sandstone looking tabletops around here, and that's kind of uniform throughout the bar. We went with black on the stages, and we kind of got this corrugated metal look on the back of these. And we got the booby trap up here, put a nice little sign to go with that. Same thing on this one. We got matching sign over here. Black stage, and this one kind of matches over here, a little bit bigger stage, and kind of went with this paint. Ended up looking pretty good with having these wedge pieces in here, or these ramp pieces in here, having these kind of lines there. And so it's just kind of a uniform color all throughout. Like I said, with the stages here, clearly forgot a piece of that brick right, but it's okay. I'll forget a lot of pieces. I haven't quite figured out if I'm going to keep the floor as wood or if I'm going to change it or not. It kind of looks okay the way it is. Need to fix that over there too. And let's see, inside the kitchen, went with tile throughout, went with kind of a lighter grayish color on the concrete here, and turn that off. You can see one of these lights that was in here by default works. The other one does not, and I can't figure out how to get it to work, because if I just put another light up there, it doesn't do anything. So I need to run actual wiring in there, but that'll be the last thing we do. Let's see, go over. See, it's dark as all get out in here. We need a lot more lights so we can turn it off. Put in a nice little metal door, kind of matches up with the concrete here, this little old school door. Tile inside, concrete barriers between the toilets, and a kind of a beige color on the walls, and this, you know, drop ceiling look inside. Same thing in the guys. Same thing, you know, everything looks the same over here as it does over there. This one actually has a working light in here, so it actually lights it up pretty well. I don't have to do anything to that one, but I will anyway, just so we can have a light switch to it. So that's what we have so far as it goes is painting. I don't really think there's anything I want to do else as far as painting, like the walls, the ceiling. I like that kind of a dark drop look to it. I'm going to do quite a bit with the lighting, but I'll do that last like I did last time. Still trying to figure out if I want to do anything to the floor or not. This dark wood looks pretty good. I don't know if anything. I think I'm going to just leave it as wood. I think I like that. I'm going to leave the kitchen wide open too, because if they put a door in, that's a good way to get your food knocked out. And I need to fix a few little spots here and there. Of course, I'm kind of touching up as I go. Using the paintbrush can be kind of a pain in the butt when you accidentally paint over something because you're using a paint roller and it extends a little bit too far. You know, that's just how it works out. You know, you have to go through and do your little touch-ups now and then. But overall, it looks pretty good. Having these frosted glass here, they're not actual windows. There's just like a half block in there. But it looks good because it makes it look like, hey, we got some actual windows in here. We can let some light in. But there's no actual light coming through those, of course, because it's solid blocks. And somehow or another, I'm missing an entire block here. Let's fix this real quick. Pretty simple fix. Just put a wood piece in there, paint it all the way around, and ta-da, and somehow or another we ended up with that over there. Painting can be a little finicky. Sometimes it can just be real finicky the way it... See, look at that. Okay, right on it. There we go. Okay, see, sometimes painting can be a little finicky. It can be a big pain in the butt, actually. And what did you change? I didn't even do anything to you. There's none of that paint anywhere over here. Oh, Lord, painting can be such a pain in the butt. So, let's see. We're going to probably start on the outside now. The outside is going to need a lot of work. We've got to clean all this up here, clean up all these weeds and crap out front. Yeah, it just needs some work. We got to fix the awning there. We're definitely going to repaint that. That's kind of a... I just don't really like the color of that. And get rid of these trashy cars over here and fix this up because this is the actual parking lot. We just got a lot of work to do outside. So let's get some stuff done here, and then we'll check back in after we have all this cleaned up. Alright, we're up on the roof here, just kind of making sure things are cleaned up and uniform as far as theme goes, as far as paint. And we keep it with a brick trim out here. We got the double AC unit over here to keep things nice and cool on the inside. Hold on, we got some random block over here. There we go. Whoa, I spun around a little bit too far. I'm glad I didn't run off the building. Let's see here. We'll get this one right here. And let's see, we replaced the ladder here because the one that was up here you couldn't actually climb. I made sure this was here. One thing I don't like is having these asphalt filled in here. It doesn't fill in all the gaps, but it's about the best we can do. We got a dumpster here. We put in some curbs so that cars actually have a place to park here. We put in a chain link fence all the way around it to kind of give a little bit more security. We went through and completely redid the sign to make it a little bit more, less rusted looking here. Got this nice little shiny steel paint all the way to it. We redid the awnings here with this dark red, which I didn't do all the way around. I'm still working on finishing that part up here. But this will be the color scheme of it once I get completely done with it. I kind of like this dark red here. I thought it looked better than this faded red color thing going on here. And I went with the top awnings, did the same thing up top. Let me finish this up here, and we'll finish showing you what all we did here too. Okay, so we got the rest of those painted there. Make sure I didn't miss anything else here. Okay, put some curbs for parking out front for people that want to pull in. We went through and cleaned up all the trash that was out front here, which basically meant we had to go through and put in a whole bunch of asphalt here, just because when there's a lot of the trash you can't pick up, and so when you put down asphalt to replace it, you have to basically just beat a hole in the ground and then replace it. And of course, you get all these little lumps and stuff, which I'm trying to level off as I go, as I see them, of course. Like I said, chain link fence goes all the way up to there. I figure we don't need a fence all the way around the side, so we're going to just put a couple cars out front to make it look nice. But as far as painting goes, you know what? I don't know. This one sign right here, I'm going to get rid of that. It just kind of throws off the class of the joint from the outside here, but I kind of like the way this looks. I didn't do anything with the side over here because there's really nothing there. If I put a fence coming all the way up to here, it wouldn't have anything besides just a little walkway. I mean, I guess I could get rid of that one piece of grass there, but there's nothing on this side at all. It's just kind of desolate all the way around the back side here. So I didn't do anything with these. I definitely need to repaint that just to make it nice and uniform. But we're going to do one kind of quick look over one more time here, get a couple cars in the parking lot to make it look like a business is open, and then we'll do one final grand tour. But so far, I like the way that looks. Alright everyone, we have finished our build of the Booby Trap. So we got the parking lot all nice and finished off. We got the parking lot fenced off and cleaned up. We got some patrons already here. The outside of the building's nice and painted and cleaned up. And let's head inside and see how this looks here. So, open this bad boy up here. And one of the first things you will see that I did was put in some lighting. Flip the switch here and flip the switch here. And lights up the area here so it's not so dark in here. And you can see right over on the main stage we have Sylvie's over here doing her dance. We'll put the lights on her so you can see her doing her dance too. And then over on this stage we have Brittany's doing her thing. She's got her own set of lights here as well. Yeah, shake your stuff, girl. And then back over here we have the bar. Everything's lit up nice over here. We light up this stage. We can see Marlene's over here. She's really kind of new, a little bit nervous, but she's kind of getting into the act too. But you can see everything's kind of well lit up here all the way around. So go check out the bathroom here, and we got working lights in the bathroom. Makes it nice and easy to see in here. Same thing in the ladies' room. Flip the switch on here. We got working lights. Bathrooms are looking good. See the kitchens, they have their own set of lights too. Keeps it nice and bright in here. And that's it as far as lighting goes itself, but we kept with the wood floors. I just thought it looked kind of nice and classy here, a little bit older style. We went with the brick trim all the way around, kind of the gray concrete color on the walls. I thought it had a nice little contrast. We got the comfortable chairs here and the sandstone style tabletops here, matching all the way around with the gray trim all the way around it here, and matched up on the stages with the black stage tops here. TVs on all the walls so you can see what's going on. Like I said, we truncated the amount of space that the bar and ordinary area here was and put in the main stage off in the back here and put in the signs for the name of the place here. So overall, I think it turned out really good. I'm happy the way this looks. I'm really thoroughly pleased with the way it turned out here. So, as I said in the beginning of the video, this is a contest between me and Glock, so make sure you go over to his channel, which is linked in the video description down below, and go check out his video, watch it all the way through, and then leave comments on, my video and his video, and let us know which one you thought was the best one, and we'll kind of tally up the comments and see who actually won, who did a better job, and we'll have us a winner here. So let's just kind of cleaning up the talent here. You did better dancing when you died than when you're just standing there. So, yeah, definitely go check him out. And if you're not already subscribed to him already, go subscribe over there too, because he put out a lot of awesome content as well. And we're going to wrap this up. This is the first of the competition and the collaborations we're doing. We have other things planned as well. Definitely keep suggestions of things you want to see us do together in the comment section down below. If you found the video useful, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button down below. And be sure to subscribe here if you're not already as well, so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys are fantastic, and have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.